All right. So on Monday, we covered 18:1. On Tuesday, you had a handout and you were supposed to do some reading. And that gets us to Wednesday, which is climate regions. So let me see. Have I shouted out to Tyler or Maddie or Lachlan or Adam or Lainey or Harper or Morgan or Jeffrey or Riley or Tyson or Fish or Autumn or let's see, Aiden, Braden, Gwenny, Bella, Katie, I gotta say Kate, Riley, all right, and Miss Emma. So, hey, good seeing you guys. My Emma just looked up. Nope, not that one, the other one. All right, so your thing starts off. We're going to talk about climate regions because that is super exciting. All right, and it says basically we classify them by temperature and precipitation. Let me make sure I spell precipitation correctly. See? I think I've already. Oh, I'm doing good. Okay. Now, with this, basically, there we go. You can see it better. It says they used a system that we developed around the 1900s, and they also looked at the vegetation in each area. So the different things that are growing in each area. And they made it and turned it into 6 main climate regions: tropical, rainy, dry, temperate, marine, temperate, continental, polar, and highlands. All right. Now, there's also regions that are in the ocean. There are other regions, but these are the 6 main ones that we've talked about. So, there are 6 main regions. Okay. Now, the first one your book talks about is tropical rainy. Okay. Now I'm not going to make you take a lot of notes on this. I'm going to go through the book, but then whatever you want to do. So it says the tropics have 2 types of rainy climates: tropical wet and tropical wet dry. Self-explanatory. So it says the tropical wet climates are found in low-lying lands near the equator. So we've got the tropical wet. These are our rainforests. They have days that are very, very rainy. There's afternoon thunderstorms. There's prevailing winds. There's very dense rainforest. It says in the United States, the only windward sides of the Hawaiian Islands have a tropical wet climate where it's very, very heavy rain. Also, in our tropics, it's weird to kind of think about this, but our tropics do not have rich, fertile soil. You would think with all that rain it would, but it does not. The tropical wet dry have a little more distinctive. There's a dry period and a rainy period. Okay. There are tropical grasslands called, hold on. Say hi, girls.
Hello.
I think they're eating, and I'm not eating yet, so I had to go say hi. Okay, tropical wet dry is our savannas, and it says only a small part of the United States, the very southern tip of Florida, has a tropical wet dry climate. Then, if you turn your page to 626 to 627, it breaks it down for you with the average temperatures, what the precipitation is, the climates. Okay, now another one we're going to talk about is our dry climates. Okay, dry climates, it says if it's considered dry, all right, the amount of precipitation that falls is less than the amount of water that could potentially evaporate. Dry climates include the arid and semi-arid climates. And when we're talking about those, let me make sure I'm not going to show you wrong. Okay. When you think about deserts or arid regions, you might picture blazing heat and drifting sand dunes. Some are hot, some are sandy, some are rocky, some are cold. And what I want to do is show you a quick video on deserts. So we're going on a road trip. Chugga, 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 chugga. Like a choo-choo train when you were a little kid. Okay, now.
When allergies fill your nose with dread, try the pillowy softness of Puffs instead.
Puffs. Hold on, peoples. Did I pause it?
Wind whips over a barren wasteland. Vast nothingness as far as the eye can see, or so it may seem. Creatures peek out of burrows, scurry across the sand, and soar through the sky, revealing a landscape not as lifeless as it may first appear. Deserts are often defined as areas of land that receive less than 10 inches of rainfall each year. These regions are low in humidity and can even be moisture deficient, evaporating water faster than it is received. While most deserts are found in the mid-latitudes, these diverse ecosystems occur on all 7 continents and make up nearly 1/3 of Earth's total landmass. Deserts are sometimes classified into 4 major types: subtropical, semi-arid, coastal, and polar. Subtropical deserts are found along the equator in the Tropic of Cancer and the Tropic of Capricorn. They are the hottest deserts on Earth, with daytime temperatures that can reach up to 120 degrees Fahrenheit. Semi-arid deserts are located in Asia, Europe, and North America. These cold winter deserts often form when tall mountain ranges block moisture through a process called the rain shadow effect. Coastal deserts form alongside the tropical western edges of certain continents. Despite their proximity to water, coastal deserts remain dry. Polar deserts are found in the Arctic and Antarctic. The other end of the extreme, winter temperatures in the Antarctic desert average around -50 degrees Fahrenheit. While deserts experience extreme temperatures and receive very little precipitation, they are still important habitats for plants and animals. Desert animals, such as the coyote, have evolved to withstand harsh desert conditions by burrowing into the cool ground and emerging at night when desert temperatures drop. Many desert plants, including the saguaro cactus, have established long and shallow root systems to better absorb what minimal moisture might be present in the ground. Highly specialized to survive in such a harsh environment, desert wildlife is particularly vulnerable to ecological changes. Existing deserts have become less habitable because of rising temperatures that dry up scarce water resources and increase the risk of wildfires. Additionally, new desert areas are beginning to form through desertification. This phenomenon occurs when factors such as deforestation, climate change, and resource mismanagement degrade the biological productivity of a region, thereby creating a desert. For instance, in Central Asia, poor irrigation practices and excessive water usage dried up the Aral Sea and formed the youngest desert on the planet. But by practicing responsible agriculture, better management of limited water resources, and limiting further development, it may be possible to curb desertification while protecting our surprisingly rich desert ecosystems.
Okay, now coming back over. That was super, super fun. I'm coming. Okay. All right, so that was the desert. Get my glasses on so I can see what I'm seeing. All right, so that covered our desert. Then we had the temperate marine climates. Well, Okay, in this one, basically what we've got, there are three kinds of temperate marine climates: marine west coast, humid subtropical, and Mediterranean. The marine west coast is on the west coast of the continents. Humid ocean air brings in mild, rainy winters. North America, this is from northern California to southern Alaska. In northwest United States, so it's all we're on the east side, on the west side of the United States. Then you've got the Mediterranean, which is the coastal climate's drier and warmer. It's found in the Mediterranean Sea or the southern coast of California. The climate is mild with 2 seasons. And they've got like dense shrubs and small trees and grasses with large trees. And then subtropical, humid subtropical is in the southeastern United States. Summers are hot with more rainfall than in winter. These are Houston, New Orleans, Atlanta, Tallahassee, Monticello. So we're more considered in this humid subtropical. So our forest is oak, ash, hickory, and pines. Big surprise there. And then we basically have got the temperate continental climate. Okay, on this one, it's found only on continents in the northern hemisphere from the equator up, okay, and includes humid continental and subarctic. So this is the western part of the region, the northeast, and some in the Midwest. And then we also have it, the subarctic is in Alaska to Canada. Okay, now we're on the last two. So I'm going to switch because of how I'm going to do this. Highlands. Okay, so here's the deal with the Highlands. It says, first of all, it just makes me think about Scotland. But anyway, why are Highlands a distinctive climate region? Temperatures fall as altitude increases, so the Highland regions are colder than the regions that surround them. So this is on the Great Rocky Mountains. The higher up you go, so it may be at the base of all these mountains, it's a different whole region than the Highlands. Okay, so that one's pretty okay. And then we have the polar climates. Okay, the polar climates are way down there. There they are. It's broken down into an ice cap and the tundra. And it says the polar climate is the coldest climate region and includes the ice cap and tundra climates. They're found only in the far north and south near the north and south poles. Ice cap are found mainly in Greenland and Antarctica, with average temperatures always at or below freezing. It is covered with snow and ice. Intense cold makes the air dry, lichens, and few plants. Now there has been